think of Michigan State, what comes to mind?
Yeah, it's a very, it's one of the great rivalries in the Big Ten, the Michigan State game. I've been lucky enough to be a part of it the last 3 years, and it's one of those games that turns heads around the conference, and then I think everyone tunes in to watch.
They haven't won since September. They're missing a lot of key players. You saw what happened over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys keep your guard up for this?
I think this game's kind of an outlier. The record doesn't really matter. In these big rivalry games, anything can happen. You got to be ready for it. We know that they're going to be juiced up, ready to play. We're going to be the same way. So I think both teams' guards are going to be up no matter what the records were, or what if one team's hot going into it or not. Both teams are going to be ready to go no matter what.
Are you surprised to see them struggling so much?
I don't know about that. We've just been focused on ourselves here the whole time. We've been trying to take everything week by week. We haven't really been, paying attention to the outside as much. So, we've had that good bye week of getting a jump start on them. That's just going to lead us into our work now.
How much do you kind of think about what happened pre-game last year and all that? How much is that an extra motivator coming into this one? Kind of give it to them again after that?
Not really a whole lot. Like I said, in these rivalry games, you got to just kind of take a step back and focus on yourselves. At that, there was some extracurriculars that happened before the game last year. I think that, I don't know if that's going to happen again. I don't think it will, but that's not something we're really focused on.
What do you, as a team captain, what do you tell your group when you look forward to a game like this?
Yeah, this is a game, it's one of those games you circle on the calendar. Everybody's always ready to go for it. I just try to always tell the young guys, keep your composure, keep your head. We've seen these games, they can get very, very heated, very emotional. We just don't want any, no dumb penalties, no mistakes. Things you can try to control the controllables in big games like this. Especially when the rivalry, the in-state rival comes in. You always want to be at your best, and just if we can limit the self mistakes, that's going to really pay dividends for us later on.
What does this rivalry mean to you and this program?
Yeah, for myself, like I said, I've had 3 years experience with it, and it's one of my favorite games every year to play in. I love the rivalry games, the big games. That's what you play college football for. So, we've had some good games here in the last 3 years. Some memorable ones for sure. And I'm looking forward to doing another one this Saturday. I think to the program, owning the state of Michigan is always a big thing for the two programs, and you battle for it every single year. Obviously, there's a Paul Bunyan Trophy involved as well. There's a lot of pride that goes into it as well for the fan bases. So, it's a cool rivalry just because they have that in-state factor of it, and you get bragging rights for the year.
Former players often say this is the most chippy, most physical. How different is the Michigan State game from the others?
Yeah, it's definitely more emotional. I'd say. That's like what I answered earlier. You just want to keep your head with it, keep your composure, don't make any mistakes that can give them an edge in the game.
But I was just asking, is there some extra trash talking during the game? Is there something extra hitting maybe in the file?
I don't know if there's anything too dirty like that. I think there's an extra intensity in the game, definitely. I think everybody wants to, make the tackle a little harder, block a little harder, things like that. I think it goes that way a little bit. I don't think there's any, too many cheap shots or anything going on in the game at all.
What's the key to running the ball against a tough defensive line like that?
Sorry?
What's the key to running the ball against a tough defensive line like that?
Yeah, I think for the offense, just execution really for us, technique-wise. Speaking from an offensive line perspective, being on our assignments, get the points down, get our calls down, really work on fundamentals. We've had an extra week to, kind of be able to take a step back and go back to square one at times, and I think that's going to help us going into this game. But just being as fundamentally sound as possible, that's it really takes to win these big games.
And
Do you
that's-
guys like having a bye week, like right before 2 rivalry games in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever really a preference. You know, it's nice to get some extra time to prepare for them. You know, you can look at it two ways. You can get some extra time to prepare for them, or you can just be, you know, in that groove and just keep rolling. I haven't really found a preference to either. You know, there's pros and cons to each one. With this week, though, you know, we've definitely taken advantage of having that extra time to scout them and learn everything. You know, obviously personally for us about their defense. So, you know, I think that's gonna help us. You know, we got some time to rest and, like I said before, go back to square one, reteach the fundamentals, really focus on those kinds of things, and I think that's gonna help us come Saturday.
What'd you do with your Saturday off?
What's that?
What'd you do with your Saturday off?
Just watch college football games. You know, kick the feet up. Just be a football fan for a day. You know.
Did you catch the Michigan State Illinois game?
Yeah, because they watched a little bit of it. Wasn't around the TV the whole day, so. But yeah, I caught the game, and then obviously we've been watching it on film too.
Harbaugh said he texted Brandon Peters after the game. Did you communicate with him?
I haven't talked to BP yet now, but I mean we all saw that. So you know, he was one of my really good friends here. So you know, he loved seeing him perform, you know, on a big stage and just really do well. So we're happy for that.
It's been a while since you guys have won back-to-back against them, or even on your home field. What would it mean for you to go out that way, getting the fans a win here, and to do back-to-back?
Yeah, we were talking about that. You know, the road teams really had a lot of success in this recently, but obviously, yeah, you know, senior year, beating Michigan State at home, that's a pretty good win in the senior campaign. So we're really looking forward to doing that, and you know, yeah, like I said, that'd be an awesome win. You know, it'd be one of the big ones up there. You know, like the Notre Dame win at home. You know, especially when you can win them at home in your senior year, it's just a little more special that way.
Got time for a few more.
Ben, is there a guy that you've played against in this series who kind of personifies the rivalry for you? You know, somebody who's a really tough matchup or got under your skin or anything like that?
Yeah. I wouldn't say like under her skin and all, but you know, Mike Panisic over there. You know, he and I have been going at it for a few years now, and you know, it's not chippy or anything, but it's just one of those things. Like, you know, you go against a guy enough, there's that mutual respect in there. You know, that entire defensive line of theirs is outstanding. They got a great defensive front. And, you know, like I said before, like when you play them enough times and you hit each other enough times, there's always that mutual respect thing in there. And I think when you get it in the offensive and defensive line of this rivalry, that's really what epitomizes it. You know, our defensive line against their own line, vice versa, and that's my favorite part of the games is watching that matchup.
What's it like when you guys go head to head? I mean, if it's a guy that you've played against before, do you kind of get a level of familiarity there when you guys go head to head?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you play guys a few times, you know, I mean, you get to reuse the scouting report. You know what worked, what didn't work. You can kind of tweak yourself and just make it so that you can learn throughout the game. And you've already played it. You know, if you played a guy 2-3 times already. In the case of this rivalry, which is common. You know, you have that experience. You know what's going to work, what's not going to work, and pays dividends later on.
Last question, you guys good with Ben? If you're good, we'll bring in Avery Thomas.